this project, we're looking at Akon City as to become the beginning of Africa's future. And our idea here is to build a futuristic city that incorporates all the latest technologies, cryptocurrencies, and also the future of how African society should become in the future. So I wanted to build a city or a project like this that will give them the motivation to know that there is a home back home. And it's something that they can relate to, that they're familiar with. And it's something that they don't have to fear. And they also have a choice. Because the system back home treats them unfairly in so many different ways that you can never imagine. And they only go through it because they feel that there's no other way. What we want to do in Africa can't be like Dubai. It can't be like Bahrain. It can't be like United States. It can't be like France. Every country has its own look, feel, and culture. When this project came about, it was actually before the movie. But when the movie came, it almost was like a blessing. It's almost like God allowed this movie to be successful, for me to be compared to such success, to give people that mind state that this could be possible in Africa. And it also motivated us too when we were creating the city from an architectural standpoint, that it has to feel and it has to be futuristic.
You got the go ahead, you know.
Yep. We got the land.
Yeah.
We got all the licenses and everything.
Give us the update. What's the news?
That's the update. I'm giving you the update now. See, I've been working on this for about 7 years, trying to get the bases going.
Yeah.
And we finally secured the land. That was the hardest part, was securing the land, because with the land being secured, we have to also be regulated as considered a city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's already a city within the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to create an area where I can work out my partnership with the government to where it's a free zone where you don't have to pay no taxes. You get all the incentives coming there like you would go in the Maldives, or if you go in Mauritius or Bahamas, places like that. You know what I mean? Because I want businesses to be able to come, you know, post there, make it a headquarters for all of Africa. You know what I mean? Things like that.
And the Wakanda thing that people were saying, like, yo, you want it to be like that.
Oh,
like,
that's going to be a
futuristic.
We want 100% futuristic. We want all the latest and future technologies. I don't want nothing from the old days. I want it all to be based on tomorrow's technology and how it's going to be built for our future, because all the latest technologies now is all instruments and minerals and resources taken from Africa. So I'm already in Africa. So we can build everything within the African continent without having to outsource anything from outside. In West Africa, we don't really have such a wildlife, where you can do those, you know, safaris and stuff.
Right.
That's more like Middle Central, East Africa, those areas, Congo, Kenya. But we have more forestical and beaches, and it's more water. You know what I mean? Like we're surrounded more about the water side of it.
So you about to have some beach
really
resorts?
tropical.
Like what's gonna be the hype over there? Like,
don't worry. In a minute, I'm about to reveal the whole city, what it's gonna look like. 3D rendering. I'm gonna be able to post it on YouTube so y'all can see the city before it even builds up.
wasn't built for black people. It's true. I mean, it's no secret. You see that now, even with Trump's administration, just how much we are separated, and all minorities in America are separated. That's nothing you can change overnight in America. And me, 2 terms of presidency will never change that, because it's too much of history. But all you can do is create opportunities for African Americans to see that this is a country that you don't belong in. So I'm gonna make it easier for Americans, African Americans specifically, to go back to Africa. I wouldn't be surprised if I become president and ship them all back to Africa. America would love that. But what would it do? It would give them so much more power, and it would allow them to understand their true root, their true value, their true worth. And they would definitely be a lot better off. And they won't know that until something like that happens. A drastic change has to happen for them to understand that.
So your political program is to, to make Trump supporters happy by saying, I will get rid of black people for you,
I'll
by
do it for you
sending
for
them all
free.
back to Africa.
I give everybody $1 million and send them back home. And I guarantee you they'll be happy.
So you think black people would be happier in a way in Africa than in the U.S.?
African Americans would be so much more happier in Africa, but they don't know that because they've never been. And that's the sad part, because they put so much fear in African Americans history-wise and currently about Africa that most of them are afraid to go to Africa.
Do you know the rapper Shaq West from New York?
Yeah.
His parents sent him back to Senegal at one point when he was doing bad in school, to teach him a lesson and to teach him where he came from. Do you think it's something that American parents should do more often with their kids to remind them where who they are?
I think it would be a great tool, but the problem is their parents are even afraid to go to Africa. African American parent, man, listen, in America, when you mention Africa, they start shaking. Everybody's so afraid of Africa because they did such a great job in brainwashing African Americans when it comes to Africa. So it's one of those things where you almost have to just let time come, let the generation, the diaspora, slowly educate them to get them mindset back to wanting to go back home.
Tonight there's a Burna Boy concert in Paris. He is big right now because we in France, we love the African music scene. During the BET Awards, his mom said every black person should remember that they were African before they became anything else. Yeah. Is it something that you would be able to say as well?
Oh, 100%. I currently believe that. I believe that 100%. But I think history tells the truth all the time. It's a matter of who hears it and who wants to believe it. That's what it boils down to, but we just have to be true to ourselves at the end of the day.
This is why, everything linked to you wanting to give back to Africa. You did not consider, your life without this giving back part of it.
No, I didn't consider it at all.
And would you say you have succeeded in giving back?
I would say that I've succeeded as people noticing that I am giving back, but I think the giving I haven't succeeded yet. There's a lot more left to do, because my goal before I'm happy is to see Africa fully developed or in a process of development in a way that the younger generation can move forward in the future, knowing that this is a stable environment and, pretty much society for them to live in.